What's up guys, Skottyy here from Blue Coconut Family and welcome to a City Skylines tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at a brand new DLC, fresh out today as of recording, Sunset Harbour DLC, and we're going to have a look at lots of things within this DLC because it has brought tons of things to the game. One of those things is the new fishing industry, and I know they kept lots of things very secret over the kind of the announcement videos that they did of this DLC of exactly how the fishing was going to work, and I did a couple of videos kind of speculating what I could tell from the announcement videos and updates, but even I got that ever so slightly wrong, so I wanted to clear up a couple of things. And one of those things I'm going to be looking at today is going to be looking at the fishing grounds, and what I mean by fishing grounds is there are 4 types of fish you can now get inside your game, and you can see those by clicking into the fishing industries like heat map, or you can just go into the fishing industry section under the industry section, and you can see that you can get anchovies, salmon, shellfish and tuna. Now the videos, they showed a little bit of this heat map, and we could tell that the anchovies you can get them around coastal areas. You can see that the shellfish you can get around kind of more deeper waters, and the salmon from some of the screenshots you can tell you can get in rivers, but there wasn't much detail on the tuna, and there wasn't much detail exactly how those function. So I've given a little play around this one of these new maps, and I was struggling to find tuna. I couldn't find tuna anywhere until I loaded up into this map, and this is one of the maps that they're brand new. I can't remember what it's called, but it's one of the brand new maps, but it's part of this DLC, and it's cool. It's got fishing in the title, so I thought, oh, it'll contain all the fishing grounds, and it didn't. It didn't contain tuna. I was like, what? What do you mean it doesn't contain tuna? Until I noticed that under this bridge here, I'm hoping it's still there. Nope, it's actually gone. Okay, well, I noticed when I spawned into this map that under this bridge here, it had 2 stretches here and here of tuna, and that's it. That was the only tuna grounds I've got, and I was really confused at why am I getting to. Here you go, you see a little bit of tuna there, a little bit of tuna. See, it's starting to come back, and I was confused at why am I getting tuna here but nowhere else on the map. I thought that tuna may be a deep water fish, maybe get it in the ocean, but you can clearly see that the ocean is all shellfish. You don't get tuna in deep ocean, so why am I getting these little bits of tuna underneath this bridge? And then it hit me that if I hit this and I see the direction of flow, I can see that there's quite a bit of flow underneath this bridge, and it's quite deep water. So then I thought, I think I've got it. I know how this game works out what waters are for what fish, and I'll show you, and I've proven this. So you've got 2 types of water. You've got shallow water and you've got deep water. So you've got them split into 2 sections. So anchovies and salmon are your shallow water fish. Your shellfish and tuna are your deep water fish. Okay. Then it splits it into even further categories. You have still water and you have moving water. So for your shallow waters, for your still water, you've got anchovies, and you can see that via these large ponds and stuff that are not moving at all. You've got large anchovies, but in these sections of the water where you've got a little bit of flow around the coastlines and such, you have got salmon. So if I see here, so you've got a little bit of flow around the corners and such, and along the front, you've got salmon. So if the water is flowing, you get salmon. That's why in the screenshots you could see in the rivers you got salmon, because the river is flowing, and you can sort of see here that as well over this little bit. Perfect example. The water is flowing, it is shallow, therefore it is salmon. This bit here is still, and it is shallow, therefore it is anchovies. Now we move on to the next one. You can see now we've got a lot of tuna here. Now we move on to the deep water. So deep water still is shellfish. but deep water flowing is tuna, and that's it. It's like a, okay, so if that's how it splits it, and tuna I'm guessing is one of the most expensive fish. They haven't released any details on this at all, and I haven't played it enough to know that. But for the map they've given us, for this amount of tuna is crap. You can't live on that, and it is next to impossible. I know it said in the announcement that you can terraform to create your own fishing grounds. Great, yeah, you can. You can create still deep water. That's easy. You can create flowing shallow water as rivers and such. Easy. You can create ponds and things that are still as shallow water. Easy. But how the hell, without mods, do you create flowing deep water? I generally don't know. So, what I had to do is I had to use the extra terrain mod that gives me the ability to paint water. In this like bay area, I had to place a source water block here and a sucking source water block here. So therefore it created a river. And you can see what this has done. It's created the spawn point here. So you can see that in the centre it is still technically still water, so it is producing shellfish. But because everywhere else, as long as it's deep, it is very deep water. And you can see the edges there, where it goes shallow, it turns into salmon. But it's deep water, so it's producing tuna. So it's tuna out this way, and then it flows through, goes a little bit still in the middle where it's in the big basin, so it turns back to shellfish. And then as it speeds up, and it turns into faster water, into like the large river, then you can see it's turning back into tuna. So it's tuna all the way down here, and it's tuna out under this bridge. But I've had to manually create this using modifications. So it's quite confusing to me that I don't know of many maps that have large flowing rivers in it. And if you do, please put them in the comment section below. Please put a comment down below of what maps naturally spawn with a large river that will spawn salmon in. Now, to be fair, this is the only map I've launched of the new DLC, so maybe they've added one, but so yeah, comment below if they have of the tuna. But is this a good way of doing it? I thought tuna was just going to be deep water, so as in very deep ocean water, because they now allow you to go out past borders, and it's correct that the camera just flows outside that border okay, but I thought the tuna was just going to be deep water. But having deep water which is flowing makes it very hard to get. And I don't know if that's possible in a vanilla game if you are playing vanilla. So comment below, is the implementation of the tuna, especially tuna, the other ones I'm fine with, I'm happy with, but the implementation of tuna being deep flowing water a good or bad decision, or should they change it ever so slightly? Comment below. Yeah, so I know it's been a little mini rant slash more rant than tutorial, but I've at least shown you the 4 fishing grounds that are in game. Hope that's been useful for you. If it has, hit that like button. Remember, comment below, is it good, is it bad? Are there any other maps that you can think of that have large flowing rivers in them? Yeah, love to know. Yeah, I've been Skotyyy from Blue Coconut Family. Hit that subscribe button so you get to see all my other videos. Yeah, thank you very much.